All right, so welcome back to my gluten-free kitchen. Today we are doing biscuits, for real this time. If you saw my last video, we made self-rising gluten-free flour, but I started off saying we were actually going to make biscuits, but we didn't. Sorry about that, but here is the biscuit video. So, in order to do 2-ingredient gluten-free biscuits, we need our self-rising flour that we made in the previous video to this. We are going to do 2 cups. Whew, that's not going to fit. Let's see if I can find another one that might fit. Otherwise, we're going to have to, there we go. All right, so you don't want to pack it in there. You just, and some people would say just spoon it in there, but I think that's pretty good. We're going to sift it too, because when you sift your, make sure that's cut, it is. When you sift your flour, then you're going to get a lighter and fluffier biscuit. So you want to put that in there, and it's okay that we're making a mess on the countertop, because that's where we're going to need our dough anyways. So you do 2 cups, and you want to sift that so that it'll be fluffier. Back in the day, way back in the day, they used to sift it to get the weevils and the critters out of the flour before they made stuff. Luckily today we don't typically have that issue anymore. So we got the 2 cups of flour and then 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. So let me get, so we got our heavy whipping cream, got 1.5 cups. I bought another one. I should have had it pre-done. I'm trying to go fast, y'all. 2 ingredients. That should be all you need for good biscuits. So 1.5 cups. Then pour that in there. And then just stir that up until you get a good dough, until it forms a dough. And then once it forms a dough, and it don't take much, you're not like mixing it up. You don't want to over mix it. Just get it to where it's, pretty much just a dough. And then once you got that, you want to turn it out. Put some, can y'all see that okay? Let me see. There we go. You want to turn it out onto your working area. You can use a cutting board. I am just using the countertop. Just putting it right on out in there. All right. Close enough. All right, now you want to get some flour on your hands so that it doesn't stick. And then you're not really kneading it so much, but you're just kind of getting it to where it's not sticky on the outside so much anymore. Now, it'll still be sticky on the inside if you break it apart, but not so much on the outside. And then you just want to pat it down until you get kind of the thickness that you want of your biscuits. And that's going to be, kind of a personal thing for me. I'd say these are about 1/2 inch thick. Now, I don't have a biscuit cutter. I got my cup. Now, one thing that you do when you cut your biscuits, do not twist them. Just cut them. That way you don't, If you twist, you will seal the edges. And when you seal the edges, you're not going to get a good rise in your biscuits. So you just continue. Oh, that one kind of fell apart. That's okay. That's okay. That's going to be nice and fluffy layers. Nice layer biscuits. This one didn't come up with the cup. Now once you got that little bit, you know, you don't want to, you just want to put it back together. You know, make another little bit and make you some more biscuits until you're all done. Now, I could continue on, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what to do from here. So hopefully you have a cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, get you a good cast iron skillet. I do a lot of cooking in cast iron skillets. I've got different size cast iron skillets. I think I've got a total of 4 sitting over there, plus a cast iron griddle. So I think we did pretty good. We just have a little bit left, and I might make me just a little bit of biscuit. Just itty bitty. Just itty bitty. Just go ahead and make me an itty bitty. There we go. I got an itty bitty, and I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 regular biscuits. So from there, I got my cast iron skillet. Now if you've got some good bacon grease, use that. That'll give you a really good flavor. I don't have any bacon grease. We haven't been making much bacon. I do usually try and keep my bacon grease whenever I do make bacon, but I don't have any. So I'm just going to grease up this pan with some good old butter. Grease it up real good. Then I'm going to put my biscuits in there. I'm not going to crowd them too much. I'll show you when I'm done. Looks like I'm going to get majority of them in there. And I'm going to pop them in the oven for 400 degrees. And you know what? I'm going to get my other little pan. And I'm going to put the rest of them in that one. And then I will see y'all in a few minutes when Alexa tells me it's time to take them out of the oven. See you in a few minutes. All right, so one thing I did not share with y'all is before I put these in the oven, I brushed them with a little bit more of the whipping cream. The recipe that I got this from, it said that it would make them a little bit more golden. Now this is a smaller pan, so these are done a little bit faster. I went ahead and ate that itty bitty. It was good. So I will tell you that they did not rise quite as much as I thought that they would. And it may be that I did not make them as thick. I think I only made them like about 1/4 of an inch thick, and I think they're supposed to be like 1/2 inch thick. So this is the first time I've ever done this. But y'all, and so these two, I know I didn't tell you how long to bake them either. These took about 15 minutes. I've still got the bigger pan in the oven, and I think it's going to go on to about 20 minutes. Just because it's bigger. They're just not browning as quickly as this small pan did. But y'all, I'm trying to put some butter on this biscuit. It's hot. It's a little, because I didn't make them thick enough. They didn't rise quite. But y'all, now, woo, hot. That's a good biscuit. Love y'all. Like, follow.